Alright, here we go. It's 5TC here, back with another video, and today I have a quick video. I will be ranking all Summer 2026 Ninjago sets, and this is part 2 to the last video, which was about the first impressions. I highly recommend going to check that video out first because I give a more detailed look at the sets in this video. I won't be doing that since I just have the tier list, but I do recommend going to check that video out first. Without further ado, let's get into it. First up, we have the junior set, the Zane Dragon. There's not really anything I can say about this. It's a junior set. I think it's overpriced for $40. I think the build is ugly. I think the minifigures are just not worth getting. We get the same Sora minifigure we've had since the last season. We get Zane, but he's not even like fully dragon form. And we get two acid monsters. For some reason, they only have legs. They don't have the snake tail. But it's a junior set. There's only so much I can say. Now we have the Lloyd Mech Battle Pack. I think it's a decent set for what it is. Like $10. We get Jay. He actually does have Dragon Claws, but that's really all it has going for. We get Lloyd. It's not the full Dragon form. I think it just only has the Dragon Mask. Lego cheaped out because they did not include the wings or anything, but I think it's probably a C tier set. I mean, for $10, we also get a Loyalist minifigure, but again, I'm not a huge fan of it. Now we have the Zilvar. The Zilvar and Grimtack set. I think it's an S tier set. We get a full dragon form Kai. We get Nia, which is not dragon form, but it's fine because she has armor. And we get Zilvar, which is like the new, like the reskin of Roz, which is not Roz. And we get Grimtrack, which is kind of like the Gorilla Dragon. I think this set is amazing for $20, If anything, I think Lego makes some really good Ninjago sets for cheap. Like, we've seen it a lot. Like, we've seen the January way we have the character display, where we got like 8 minifigures for $45. And we've seen for the season 2 way, we have that tournament battle arena. That had like, I think it was 6 minifigures, and it was only, I think it was like $45 as well. We also have the Dragon Storm Temple. The Dragonian Storm Temple for season 3 from last year. That had 6 minifigures, technically 7 if you count the skeleton. But I think if anything, Lego makes some amazing, great value sets in the mid-range. Like usually I feel like from $20 to $50, maybe $20 to $45. But yeah, that's not really what this is. But I like the Zilvar, I like the Dragon Form Kai. So it's going in S tier. Now we are halfway through the Dragon's Rising sets. Let's get into the somewhat bigger sets. We have Kai and Ko's Combiner Vehicle. I think it deserves a spot in B tier. Now, is it overpriced at $40? Yes, it should be like $30 or $35. But we get Kai and Ko. They aren't in their dragon form, but they come with their armor. Now, I don't have them in their armor because I didn't really get any of the season 1, not the season 1, the part 1, season 4 sets. But, I will probably get the set at some point. It's like $40, but I do want the Kai and the Cole minifigure. The Ice Monster is kind of whatever, I don't really care. Like, I know a lot of people in the Ninjago community really like the Ice or Fire Monster. I think they would have been better if they weren't mid-legs. And I know mid-legs, we never see mid-legs on Ninjago minifigures. I think it only happened like once or twice before. But if they made it full size, I would have been a bigger fan of it. But in my opinion, they should have included another fire monster. Not another fire monster. They could have included a fire monster to really even it out. But only 3 minifigures? Yeah, that's kind of a huge scam. Now we have the Wildfire Dragon Mech set. The Dragon Mech battle set, which that Dragon Mech is amazing. Now it's fighting against the Empress Beatrix Mech, which I don't think she should have returned in the show, but we're just mainly talking about the set here. Her mech is kind of bad. It kind of looks like those $10 Evo mech sets or a junior mech set. Like, her mech is genuinely terrible. Like, it does not look accurate to the show. They could have made it accurate to the show, but they didn't. If they made it a lot larger, then I think it would have been worth it. But for $90, by the way, I don't really care for the minifigures. Like, one of the main minifigures is the Wildfire minifigure, but to be honest, I actually do prefer the Season 1 Wildfire minifigure. It's kind of gone downhill since then, but she gets a new face print and new leg print, so that's worth something. But for $90, if I did get this set, I would get it mainly for the build, not so much for the minifigures, which is going to kind of be a reoccurring theme throughout this video. Next up, we have the Land Bounty. I do like it, but I think it's a solid B tier set. Now, this Land Bounty is actually combinable. Like, it's kind of like 3 vehicles. You can take them apart or put them together, which we've never seen for a Destiny's Bounty or Land Bounty before. The first time we got the Land Bounty was 7 years ago in 2019. I don't think they should have made another Land Bounty, but there's so many sets that LEGO has remade that I don't think they should have done. And we will definitely see sets they should not have remade. Now, this is like the Last Dragon's Rising set. This set, I believe, is $120, which I do think that is a bit overpriced. And we only get a Fire Monster. Like, the Fire Monster is the only exclusive minifigure, which I don't really care for the Fire Monster, to be honest. My biggest problem with the set is the minifigures, because we get Lloyd. He's fully in his dragon form. I get it. Lloyd sells well, but then we get Zane, Jay, and Nia. They don't have any armor. Like, they only have their half mask. Like, LEGO literally cheaped out. This set is $120, and I feel like every video I make reviewing sets or like looking at sets, I just get more and more angry at LEGO for being greedy and lazy. I don't know if it's laziness or greediness. I think it's kind of a bit of both. But just looking at the product for what it is, yeah, the minifigures are kind of mid to me. I don't really care for the minifigures. But I do like the set. I do like the build, and I don't want to pull the set down because of it. But you know, when I do these videos, I kind of combine them both. Now, I will do a video looking at all of the new 2026 minifigures, like maybe at the end of the year, or maybe if you guys want me to do a video just looking at the new minifigures. To be honest, there's not really a lot of new minifigures that came out, but you know, I probably will do that. Yeah, I think I could do that. So yeah, I think my next video could be ranking all of the new summer 2026 minifigures. Now we have the X1 Ninja Charger. I'm putting it in D tier. It's $90 for like 621 pieces. Is it overpriced? Yes. Now, it's supposed to be a remaster of the X1 Ninja Charger, which we've had remade before, I think in 2021. So we really did not need the set to be made. But I love the build, just not an X1 Ninja Charger. I think it's a good Kai vehicle, just not a good X1 Ninja Charger. And the minifigures are terrible. We get a Nindroid, which is supposed to be Cryptor. We get ZX Kai. They could have made a legacy rebooted Kai, which would have actually been accurate to the show, because when he had the X1 Ninja Charger in the show, he was wearing his rebooted robes, but accuracy means nothing to LEGO. Just like the Dusk minifigure, it doesn't even have the right hairpiece, which I think the hairpiece is retired, but like, LEGO does have the ability to bring back retired hair pieces, so I don't know why they didn't do it this time. And for $90, you only get 3 minifigures. They should have absolutely brought it back. Now, I think if they included maybe like 2 more Nindroids, maybe like a side build for the like a Nindroid side build, like a Cryptor side build, I think it would have been worth $90. But, like, it's just not worth $90. Now, I like it as a Kai car, but not as an X1 Ninja Charger. And since it's supposed to represent the X1 Ninja Charger, it unfortunately gets a G tier. Now we get into the Legend sets. To be honest, I don't really care for the Legend set, so I'm just gonna go through it. We have the Battle of the Dragon Blade. I think I'll put it in A tier. I think it's an A tier set. Now, if you get rid of the dragon, you get rid of the Oni mech, which I don't think they could have added, though. I think the set is like $150. No, I think it's $100. But now, for minifigures, we get Jin and Myra, or Min and Gyra. I forgot how to pronounce their name. And we get a random Oni. But also, it's Kai and Nia. You swap the heads around to get their children or whatever. The minifigures I'm gonna be honest. I think the only minifigure I really like is that Jin minifigure, like which is like Kai's son or whatever in the future. I think that's really the only minifigure I like from this set. But again, I don't really care for it, to be honest. It's kind of whatever. But I do think it may be a B tier set. You know. Now we have the Twin Titan mechs. I don't know where I'm gonna put these. To be honest with you guys, I'm kind of tired of Lego making the same set every single year, every single wave. We get a car, a mech, or a dragon, and Kai usually gets one of them. Like, okay, so this is the last set. Kai literally has the X1 Ninja Charger. He also has the Kai combo vehicle. That's kind of bad, but I do like it. And now he has a mech. Yeah, I mean, Kai sells well, but I feel like any other ninja would sell well if Lego put more focus onto it. But, why try anything different when you can just make the same thing 100 times? To be honest, I don't really care for the Twin Titan mechs. The minifigures, I don't really care for the minifigures either, but, yeah, that's all I really have to say. But I actually do kind of like it. Maybe I do like it more than the Ultra Dragon Battle, whatever it is called, or the Battle of the Dragon Blade, which actually brings me into the last set, which is the Ultra Dragon. Now, I'm kind of mixed on this set because, yeah, I mean, it looks fine. But also, lore-wise, this just does not make any sense. It's currently in the show. Both the Ultra Dragon and the Great Devourer are dead. Now, if you don't know about Legends, it's about to be, it's a completely separate show from Dragons Rising. It's still a Ninjago show, and it's still canon to Ninjago. But, it's not for Dragons Rising. It's for this new animated show, anime-inspired show called Duskfall. I don't know if it's going to be a show. I think it's just going to be, 10-minute shorts or whatever. But, story-wise, why is the Ultra Dragon back? Why is the Great Devourer back? How are they back? Is this an alternate reality? Did the Great Devourer have a child? Did the Ultra Dragon have a child? Which is not possible because I'm just realizing a lot of the people watching this aren't necessarily fans of Ninjago, so you might not even know who those two characters are. The Great Devourer was like a huge snake awakened by the Serpentine back in Season 1. Not of Dragons Rising, but the original show called Masters of Spinjitzu. The Great Devourer is awakened by the Serpentine tribe, and it was literally killed by Garmadon with the 4 golden weapons. And the Ultra Dragon was actually created from the 4 guardian dragons. We had the Fire Dragon, the Earth Dragon, Ice Dragon, and the Lightning Dragon. I think their name was Flame for the Fire Dragon, Wisp for the Lightning, Rocky for the Earth Dragon, and Shard for the Ice Dragon. They all combined somewhere to become the Ultra Dragon, and it was implied in Season 9 that the Iron Baron killed the Ultra Dragon, or the Dragon Hunters did, because the throne was made from the dragon bone parts or whatever. But overall, the set, I think the colors are just everywhere. We have gold and white, different shades of green. I don't think, whoever designed the set, maybe multiple people designed the set, because, they just chose random colors. And also, this Ultra Dragon has 5 heads. The previous one only had 4 heads. To be honest, I could really care less for this set. Yeah, it's kind of crazy if I put it below the land bounty. But to be honest with you, I just don't really care about the Ultra Dragon. Yeah, we get Jen and Myra again. But I don't really care for those minifigures, to be honest with you. But overall, I do think this is a solid list. I do think a lot of people will disagree with me, but I don't know. I just feel like every single year in Ninjago, we kind of just get the same thing over and over again. And this is kind of like the thing people will go after Lego Star Wars, Lego Star Wars is just a bunch of gray ships. Well, Ninjago is just a bunch of Kai dragons, or Kai mechs, or cars, dragon mechs. We rarely ever get a villain set. We almost never get a villain set. but like we sometimes get a location build. But I do think Lego will profit a lot more off of more villain sets or even more location builds because there's a lot of amazing and beautiful locations in the show. But overall, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I would rank the Dragon Mech higher only if it had better minifigures, but unfortunately I just don't care for the minifigures. But overall, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.